Okay, and hello everyone. Looks like we are live right now. I'm still waiting for some folks to come in, but I want to keep to my promise, and that is I want to, for every session that I do for the channel, I want to be able to do a live session as well. Again, and I've repeated this in the past, but just to kind of hit the point home that anytime I do a live session, if anybody has any doubts in regards to any kind of the communication that I am making, you can refer back to the live video and see that all the audio is the same, that I haven't added anything. And this session is no different. So every session moving forward, I will be doing these live session. Hey, Bree, how are you? Thank you for popping in. You just got off of work? You have got to be exhausted. Hey, Outlaw, what's up? Mike, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Good evening to you too, sir. Actually, it's not evening where you're at, is it? Again, guys, I apologize if I keep looking off to the side. The camera is right there, and the laptop is right here. So this is where I'm reading your comments from. Outlaw, I'm doing great. Oh my! Of course, we've got Happy in. Amy, how are you? Thank you for popping in. Okay, so Bree's saying it was really slow for her tonight at work. Hey, TT, how are you? Dusty, what's going on? How are you? We've got Billy Bones in the house. Man, you guys are piling in tonight. This is fantastic. Andrew, buddy, seriously, it is always good to hear from you. Dusty, happy to hear that. Just trying to see if we have any more comments coming in. See, Andrew's being super nice right now. Likewise. See, I missed the last live stream you did, Bree, but I'm so glad I can catch this one. Bree, I am so happy that you're in tonight. Amy is saying, where's everyone from? You live in Maryland. Okay, well, Amy, I actually just moved to the Pittsburgh area from Las Vegas, Nevada. Andrew. Dude, Andrew, you know that you could always break me. You know, one look, one little voice or something, and you always broke me. Hey, Breeze, North Dakota. I know that Happy is in Las Vegas. And I believe we have some across the pond as well here. One of the first videos I found by you was trying to contact Queen Anne. Yes, Dusty. Yeah, Queen Anne. She was one that I had been dying to, no pun intended, but dying to do for quite a while, just like with King Henry VIII. And I still would like to make contact with Anne Boleyn and a few others. Queen Mary of Scots. I think she would be a fantastic one. I tried to contact, because, okay, how can I word this? We all know the story of Robin Hood, and we all know that Robin Hood has become a major, major myth at this point. But I figure every myth has to come from some sort of historical fact. And so I did try to do a session a while ago, God, almost a little over a year ago now, for the history of Robin Hood, and that was just a weird session. Oh yeah, Queen Mary of Scots, she is phenomenal. See, Angel from PA, Triple X is here, 5:36 a.m. Wow. Wow, 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 sir. I'm assuming, sir. I apologize if that's the first thing that came out of my mouth. Um, I am honored. Oh, okay. So Angel is Outlaw's girlfriend. Sweet. Okay, make it a family affair. Gina Miller's in the house. 8:07. Okay. All right. So we're all pretty much here on time. You got her hooked. Just after 7 p.m., according to Bree. I know in Vegas it's 5. He did. Angel, it is an absolute honor to have you here tonight. Thank you. Melissa, Melissa, what's shaking? How are you? Melissa is saying that she is new. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Thank you so much for joining in. Gina Miller, do you remember the days when we would do live and it seemed to take forever to get 5 people in? Now, it's improved. Oh, Planet. Hey, Planet, what's going on, buddy? Gina Miller, who is our moderator, her husband goes by the name Planet, musician out in New Orleans. So always, always, always glad to have them here. Oh, Gina, thank you. Because you built, that's right. I built, Bree. Yeah, I built an angel box for Frank on Franco TV. He found me, and he said that he was looking for something new because his scanning radio he thought was kind of annoying his viewers. He wanted a way to cut that out. He saw that I had the angel box. I was making angel boxes, and so he got a hold of me, and yeah, made him one, and also made one for the Everything Paranormal show. So yeah, oh man, they've made their way out to Great Britain, to Russia, to the Netherlands, all over the U.S. I'm in Canada, excuse me, Australia. I am happy to say that the Angel Box has gone worldwide. Okay, so Angel from New Orleans, because sometimes the spirits say funny things. Yeah, Dusty, it's amazing what they can say, and a lot of it I think has to do with the personality of the person who is running it, because they're going to feed off that energy. Like attracts like, and I promise I won't get on that podium tonight. But in fact, I just completely lost my train of thought. I am so sorry, guys. But yeah, it's amazing what they can say, how they say it, how they speak, how they come through. It was pointed out that in mine, it almost sounds like they're in a dream state, or it's like a subconscious type of communication. Yes, MLK Jr. is someone that I've been wanting to do for a while. The way cooler version of Zach. Oh, Bree, tell your husband thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's so funny, guys, because there are a lot of people who, and don't get me wrong, Zach and the gang, they have their fans. They're going to have their fans. And I used to watch Ghost Adventures just as much as anybody else. But whenever I would watch it, I'd feel myself getting angry. And it's nothing to, the guys who are in the team. It's the channel, it's the network. They want ratings because ratings equals money. And I get it. I get the business of it. I get the game. But in my opinion, I feel that we have a social responsibility. We have a moral responsibility. And if we are calling out these spirits, and if we hear them saying help or help me or if they're trying to pass on a message and we're not doing anything about it, I believe that's sloppy on our end, and I believe it's irresponsible on our end. And so I really, guys, I had just had enough of watching that type of stuff go down, and that's when I really decided to step up and, well, start, putting my stuff out there. And anybody who does this, especially on YouTube, they are going to have people who are going to say you're fake, you're a fraud, and there are a lot out there who are. And that's really, guys, and I know you're probably tired of me saying this, but this is why I have started doing lives and then doing the actual shortened version for the channel, because I want to do everything within my power, to show that I'm not trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. And so let me get caught up here real quick. I was wondering maybe one day you could contact Catherine Howard. Catherine's another one that I want to do. I would like to do all of King Henry's wives at some point. That is a goal of mine, because when I did the King Henry session, what I got back from that was some remorse, and that it was really it was the jousting accident that caused him to act out the way that he did. A lot of that mainly because they theorized now that there was some brain damage that happened when the horse fell on top of him. Hey, Mittens, how are you? Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate it. Mittens, you're saying it's your first time here. Out of curiosity, have you seen any of the videos, or are you familiar with what I do? You are welcome. Nope, not yet. Have you ever done Andy Gibb and his brothers that passed? If not, I have not done Andy Gibb. In all fairness, I didn't even think about them, but I can add them to the list. That is for sure. Love these sessions. Let's see, Gina is saying the connection you have with the spirit realm is quite amazing. Oh, thank you, Gina. And Happy is saying welcome. As a matter of fact, Andrew, aka Happy Official, I would like to think that he can vouch a little bit, because he was with me during at least one investigation. And so have you tried to contact Buckminster Fuller? No, I have not done Tupac as of yet, Bob's, but I do have Tupac referenced actually in the opening for this video. See, Bree, would you ever consider trying to contact 5 victims of Jackie the Ripper? Oh, okay, yeah. That's actually, you know what? Probably would be interesting to do the victims as well as the man himself. I forget his actual name right off the bat. I'd have to research that again. Hey, Andrew, thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mittens, I am in Pennsylvania. How about yourself? South Dakota? Okay. So, Mittens, just to let you know, what I do, I know there's a lot of people out on YouTube who they do spirit communication, or they are ghost hunters or something, along those lines. I do attempt spirit communication, and I say attempt because I can never guarantee anything that's going to come through. But I do these lives because I want to show everyone that what I do is 100% real. And of course, there will be the actual shorter version for the channel, but I always do a live, or at least recently, I do lives. And I try to support the paranormal with a scientific understanding of what I feel it is. As a matter of fact, speaking of that, guys, I have found a way, because you know how I have talked in the past about how I believe that everything is the same on the subatomic level, and that once we leave our bodies and we go into the spirit realm, we return to that subatomic level, including our consciousness, which quantum physics is now doing research that is also energy. But I have found a way, thank you to the Pittsburgh Science Museum, I think I have found a way to show the subatomic levels live in movement. So what I'm going to do, once I have to build a device, but once I get that thing built, I will show it here on a live. I'll explain how it works, and we will see if spirit can come through and manipulate those atoms. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let's see, South Dakota and Colorado. Okay, had a few things I get from spirits in my house, mostly loved ones who passed, usually knocking on the corner top ceiling of my, or random clicks. I find it completely fine. It doesn't scare me. That is fantastic, Dusty. Yeah. Okay, so we have Bree from North Dakota. Barbara. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Please do. Chester Bennington. You know, Barb, I actually did reach out to Chester twice. The first session was fantastic. The second one was after I moved to Pittsburgh, and the session was a little bit different. I can always try again. That makes sense. When I have done spirit communication, I feel bad for them sometimes. Okay. Let's see, Bob's. We'll have a serial special like the Night Stalker. Bundy. Okay, John Wayne. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I have considered reaching out to some of those, some of the serial killers. Here's the thing, guys. Part of the reason why I've wanted to do it, because there is a theory out there that we are here for our own experiences, or for the spirit to have an experience, and then once we die off and the spirit goes back, it kind of goes back through a neutral place, so to speak. And so I am curious to see if, like the Ted Bundys, if their reason for coming here was to have that experience, or if that was a choice that they made once they got here. It keeps coming through. Is Ed, yeah. Have you considered looking? Mike, I have considered many times looking into Ed. And there was a session I did a little while ago trying to contact Ed, and it was a confused session. Not a lot came through. A viewer did send me a private message saying that they did some research on Ed, and they sent me the link to it, saying that the breakdown of the name Ed or Edward has to do with protection. So I don't know if that is true or not. Excuse me. But I have noticed that the name Ed has come through several times. I still don't know really who that is. Benedict Arnold? No. America is a traitor. Wonder if he regrets for becoming a traitor or not. You know, Dusty, no, I haven't done Benedict Arnold yet. It's actually a really good idea. I could always attempt that one as well. I was also asked to try to reach out to Judas and see how that goes. And so that's always another possibility. See, Mike is saying, I think Ed is maybe an archangel. Gina is saying even stronger. See, Mittens, have you ever heard of the Great Blizzard, Children's Blizzard in 1888 hit hard upper Midwest, killing mostly kids? Some were found still standing, working. Wow. No, I haven't heard of that one. I have not heard of that one. You know, guys, there are, so many tragedies that have hit worldwide at any given time. You could close your eyes and throw a dart at a map during any time period, and you would find something. And I believe that once we go back into spirit, that we're not locked down to geographical locations, that we then have the ability to travel really wherever we want. Um, Kate Mittens is saying to look it up. I will. I definitely will. Okay, so Happy is saying Dan Rooney. Okay. Andrew, that's a good idea. Have you tried a real dark energy like Hitler? No, I have not. And it's not out of fear. I don't feel that anything can harm me. Um, I just haven't considered it. But you know what? I reached out to Holocaust victims, and that was actually a really good session overall. So I could always try to reach out to them. See, us all thinking of the person you're trying to connect with makes your connection even stronger. Well, that, you know what, Gina, that's very, very true. Whenever you put a lot of concentrated focus onto anything, again, if we believe in the laws of attraction, you put that energy out there, it travels on a certain wave, it attracts that same level of wave, and it will return back to you. Dusty, I've always wondered if there are spirits who are lost on the way to heaven who will help them. You know, Dusty, I actually believe that, and I have no proof for this, guys. It's just a thought. But I think that we have options to stay or to cross over. And I think if we stay too long, then perhaps we can kind of forget why we stuck around. So I think it's possible. Contact. You know, Amy, I have been asked on a few times to try to contact Elvis. And so he is one that is still on my list. When people die, do you think spirit can fly and see everything that's going on in the world and visit people? I absolutely do. Again, I don't feel that we are tied to any geographical location. Again, if you take a look at it from a scientific mind, everything is made up of the atom, and everything is absolutely the same on the atomic level. It just vibrates to certain frequencies. This is not a theory of mine. This is proof. You can research this. It's out there. For example, speech travels on a frequency and a wave of between 80 hertz and 220 hertz, just for an example. So yes, I believe that once we are out of the body and we are back into the atomic form, that yes, we have an ability to go anywhere and see anything. Good night to you. In the morning, I'd love to stay and see you soon. I love Barbara from Liverpool. Okay. John Lennon. Yeah. Okay. Barbara, thank you so much for popping in. I greatly appreciate it. You have a great evening. Oh, I'm sorry, day. I keep forgetting that there's a time difference. So Melissa is in Michigan. I actually have family in Michigan. Grand Rapids area, as a matter of fact. Who would be your ultimate conversation be with? If you get one spirit to come through, oh man. If I could get one to come through, that is actually a great question. You know, I think what I would enjoy is if, when we die, if our consciousness then becomes part of a greater consciousness, if I could speak to that, if I could tap into that, that would be fantastic. I'm trying to think of anybody else. I know there's got to be others. I know there are others. I just can't think of who they would be right off the top of my head. In my heart, that when a loved one passes, let's see, it's also in my dream the next night. See, my grandma sadly passed last year. Okay. This is in my dream. Okay. Oh, Dusty, I'm sorry to hear that. Happy joined Archangel Michael. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Um, oh, George Burns. God, yeah, he'd be phenomenal. Someone needs to do some recent ones. Let's see, was a huge energy. Oh, he was massive, and he had a good long life too. Andrew, thank you so much, man. He didn't have to do that, but thank you. I appreciate that. Peter, what's up? You know what, Peter? It's so funny. When I grew up, um, my mom made sure that I was saturated, and I mean this in a good way. And I don't even know what the PC term is right now, so I apologize. But Native American history and lifestyle, and get familiar with the tribes. And so I had thought about on a few occasions trying to contact. I do know there's a burial ground out here, but I don't. I want to keep respect tied in with this, but I have thought about trying to contact tribal members or chiefs, and I just feel like there's a lot that's overdue that needs to be said. You know, see Tom Petty. There's big respect. Oops. Jolene, you're fine. You're fine. Thank you. See, Melissa, Fred Gwynn of the Munsters. Oh, loved the Munsters. Absolutely loved them. I've even considered the Three Stooges. Amy Nash is asking, who is Pop Smoke? That is an excellent, excellent question. Pop Smoke is an American rapper, 20 years old, from New York. And he was new on the scene, very new, but hit hard and almost became an overnight success in a way. Nicki Minaj spoke highly of him. And he was renting a house in California where it turns out that 5 people broke into his house and he was shot in the chest. The reason for the break-in initially was supposed to be a robbery, but they ended up shooting him and he died on the way to the hospital. See, I experienced Indians in my area. Okay, Colorado, and look up. Nancy Ward is my great aunt. Okay. Oh, great great grandmother. Okay, and she is incredible. Oh wow, Oh God, that's fantastic. Female Indian. Okay. See, last time I was in church, I felt a really good, strong energy. I'd like to believe that I can feel some spirits, emotions, even if I am young, and have that good feeling. I think, Dusty, I think that anybody can tap into it. Now, I will say that there are some people out there, both in YouTube land and elsewhere, that they'll say that, you have to be chosen, or that not everybody can do this. I disagree with that. I think that anybody can do it because, again, I think we are all tied together. And emotion travels on a wave. Again, you can research this stuff. Emotion travels on a wave. It can be measured as a frequency. And if you take time, meditation is fantastic to do this, but if you take time to calm yourself and really kind of get in tune with the air that you are in, you can tap into that. It's not going to happen all the time, but you can tap into it. And I've had it happen in sessions. Hell, I was doing shopping in a Target one day, and it hit me. So, I mean, it can happen, and anybody can learn it. Is that piece? Well, Amy, that's what we're going to try to find out tonight. He was on the rise. He was definitely on the rise in his career. The issue came in the fact that he had received some gifts. And I don't remember if he was in his car or if he was on an airplane or what, but he was posting the gifts on social media. And one of those pictures, he accidentally showed his address. And that's how they found out where he was at. And honest mistake, but it cost him his life. Oh, Mittens, seriously, thank you so much. Thank you so much. See a warning from a session that came to fruition. I have received some warnings, but nothing that has come to fruition yet. And here's the thing. Anytime a message comes through, I take it with a grain of salt because, to be honest, guys, we don't know who we're talking to. We don't know what's coming through. We can put our protections out there. Excuse me. We can ask for only specific spirits, but we honestly do not know, guys. So nothing has happened as of yet. There's been some references to illness, but at the same time, whenever I do a session, I always say a prayer for protection first, and I always ask for those of love and light. So I'm not trying to draw anything to me that could be of a negative nature. Let's see. I am also related to, but I'd rather not reach out. His history is scary. Would love to see someone do some spirit boxes for a few of the people I mentioned to look up. Awesome. Thank you so much, Miss Chronicle. Oh, thank you so much. Toxic is in the house. Toxic Spartan has a YouTube channel as well, live online gaming. You know, it's so funny. I remember when the Atari 2600 got introduced to the world. That shows you how old I am. And I remember my mom saying, you know, you're never going to make a living playing video games. You know, turn that off, go get a real job. We now have people who are making serious money playing video games. Just saying. Melissa. Okay, so Melissa's asking where she can send me a personal message. I do have a Gmail account for Saving Ghosts. And so it is, if you want to reach out to me, you can, yeah, get a haircut and get a real job. Exactly. Oh, man, I remember when I had hair down to the middle of my back. It was great. You can also contact me privately in chat from the Saving Ghosts Facebook page. It's a whole community, guys. Believe it or not, we have a Facebook page, we have a group, we have a Patreon, we have the YouTube. Oh, Gina, thank you so much. Gina just sent out a super chat. Thank you so much. See, my aunt recorded a video talking to her brother who passed. Oh, wow. That's phenomenal. Melissa, you've got it. What was your first spirit box experience? Same way about communication. But with device, it could tell whether or not it was good energy or bad energy near the spirit box. Same way about. You know what? We kind of do have a Mittens and Miss Chronic. I promise I will get to your question here in 1 second. But Mittens, I kind of think we do have that by the fact that if we are in tune with our emotions are like your GPS for life. If you feel bad about something, or if you feel negative about something, that means that you want the opposite to take place. So you have to refocus your thought process. But if you're doing a session and you feel negative about something, like there are times in sessions, sorry guys, I'm kind of excited about this, so I'm spitting all over the place. But there are times in the middle of sessions, you'll see me break out the sage, or I'll ask for extra help or protection. Just go by how you feel. And so, let's see. Ms. Chronic had asked, what was my first spirit box experience? Actually, my first spirit box type experience wasn't even with this. excuse me, wasn't even with a spirit box. It was with an old tape recorder. And I had gone out to a park. I was living in Las Vegas at the time. And there was a history about this particular park, about a little boy who had run out to the street and was hit by a car and died. And you can look it up. It's called Fox Ridge Park in Las Vegas, Henderson, Nevada, actually. And so I went out there with a tape recorder, and I picked up a young boy's voice. Now, there's no record of the boy ever dying there, or of a boy ever dying there. But if you put enough thought and energy for a long enough time, I do believe that because of that focused energy, it can form something. So that was my first. But as far as recorded goes, but when I was a kid, I was hearing stuff all the time. I was hearing my name being called. Oh, Bree, thank you so much. See, what do you think about when people claim they have had a voice, say a voicemail on the phone, calls from the dead? Do you think it's like what you do? Bob, to be honest, I'm going to say no. Now, everybody has their own experience. And just because I have not experienced that doesn't mean that it can't happen. I will tell you, though, that back in the day when we had landlines, before cell phones came around, when we had landlines that were plugged into the wall, I would have voices come through. I'd be talking to a buddy from school, and I would hear a deep voice or breathing come through, which, weird enough, when I moved to Oregon decades later, this was in 2000, right around the beginning of 2002, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning because I heard a really deep voice in my left ear saying, "Wake up, Philip, it's time to play." Scared the crap out of me. And, so I had heard this before, but yeah. Let's see. I'm getting caught up now. The government listening to landline, right? Subconsciously, do you think spirits can sense our requests for them? Relate to your early childhood experiences. I grew up in New Orleans. Okay. And I had way too many experiences. That was the same with me. Had way too many experiences. And the reason the voice came back and said it's time to play was because when I was about 15 years old, 16 years old, right around there, I said I didn't want to play anymore. And everything had stopped. So I believe that, yes, here's the thing. I believe that whenever we try to make contact, it's like, you're calling your best friend, or you're calling, someone. But I also think that they have the right and the free will enough to either decline or come and speak. Because the truth is, guys, we don't know what they are doing on the other side. Some people believe that they have jobs. Other people believe that, they're just, floating around like, tennis balls in the air. So 2002 was the year that Toxic was born. Let's see. I was going to say that too. See, Mike, I've heard those saying, "Hey," periodically. Okay, yeah. See, Miss Chronic, I ignore spirits, but I have had moments where I say, and I have had a spirit throw the bundle across the wall. Wow, okay. Wow, okay. See, Dusty, I remember my grandma loved coffee, and I was laying in my bedroom alone before I went to sleep. I got a strong coffee smell. Okay. And no one likes coffee in my house, and it was a very strong smell. Okay, so an association. What's this? See, I sure had some weird experiences in New Orleans, too. Yeah, Gina Miller, who lives in New Orleans, she's been trying for 2 years now to get me out there. And trust me, guys, I want to. I want to get out to New Orleans. I actually want to really get to a point where I can start traveling worldwide with this, because I believe there's a lot of missed opportunities. And for those of you who don't know, I have a social services background, crisis counseling, so forth and so on. And I just think that, again, if we have an opportunity to help, we should. Truth be told, I don't know if us trying to help does any good or not. I would like to think that it does. I would like to think that the intent, at least, rings well. Let's see. I heard a loud beep in my room yesterday. There's nothing to make that. Oh, okay. Toxic. I had something similar happen when I was a kid. I heard it sounded like a wine rack. Someone was just shaking it in my closet, and it was just a closet full of clothes. There was no glass in there. Let's see. A lot of people at different times in our lives clearly hear their names being called out loud. And okay, yeah, Mittens. Okay. Awesome. That means you can literally handle people in life and death. Miss Chronic, I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, Lynn, what's going on? Oh, wait. Yeah, Lynn. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to get caught up here, guys. I'm so sorry. Hey, Frenchie, what's up? See, I was physically thrown from a room in an old religious facility in Toledo. I felt hands on my shoulders, and then I flew across the room. Oh, wow. That actually amazes me because it takes a ton of focused energy to be able to do something like that. You're saying no is a place of karmic returns. Hey, Gemma is in the house. Gemma is one of our longtime friends from Scotland. Listening while on the road. Thank you so much, Gemma. Always, always, always good to hear from you, my dear. See, Mittens. That's what I want to do, is to help make a difference if I can. Thank you, Mittens. Thank you, thank you. I get feelings it could be a person walking in a house. Okay. It could be your Cherokee blood. Native Americans were, especially Native Americans, were extremely tied into spirit. Let's see a Tupac session. We most definitely can see a Tupac session at some point, Toxic. Thing for when I mentioned about hearing knocks, I remember I was home alone and watching TV. Okay, guys, Channel Man used to watch me when I slept over my old girlfriends. Okay, Brina's probably attached to your girlfriend, had nothing really to do with you. So, guys, just real quick, some of you have mentioned knocking before. If you're hearing tapping, now it could be something in the walls of the house, or it could be something explainable, but if you're not sure, you can do a yes-no session with a tap. So what you would do is you'd lay the groundwork. If the answer is yes, tap once. If the answer is no, don't make any sound. And then you can start asking questions. Is there a spirit here with me? Yes or no? And if you get a tap, then that means that, okay, you are now in the presence of an intelligent spirit. And then you can go on from there. Let's see. Is it easy to tell if a spirit is an imposter? Like, say, you ask for JFK, but something doesn't add up. I can't say that it's easy to tell, Bob, if it's an imposter, but you do have your suspicions. Because they can mimic. Again, sound is just energy carried on a wave, so that can be manipulated, that can be mimicked. That's how we do ITC, is by manipulating those sound waves. So if you're doing a session, and if it sounds like their voice, but their answers aren't fitting with how you think they would be, or if something seems off, then yeah, you can have your suspicions, and you can put your safeguards in place after that. See, I do the knock questions a lot. It's good, Gemma. I'm in the rural areas, and I saw more than one. Okay, Apple Originals that took for traders. It was very white spirit for hanging down their body. Oh wow. Okay. A fur trapper. That would make sense. Let's see. Dusty is saying, see, I did the yes and no one once, but they only responded to when I asked if it was a spirit. I let it go because I think it was a shy spirit, and I didn't want to scare the spirit. And I respect that. I really do respect that. But what we can do is we can say, let them know, I mean no harm. I come in peace. I am not here to harm you. You don't have to communicate if you don't want to, but you can if you like. You know, let's see, Mike, about 20 years ago, I had an attachment for a short time, scratches and all, sleep paralysis, cold spots, manipulated my thoughts, was difficult. And that does happen. I had an attachment. God, I believe I got the attachment when I was 5. That's when my mom had married my stepdad at the time. And I finally got rid of it right around about 2002, 2001, right around there. And tell you, that was a trip. One thing that you can do, especially if you are doing this type of work and you're not sure if you've contracted an attachment, you may know because your thoughts could possibly change. You might feel a little off. Your thought process might be a little bit different. So if you think you have an attachment, go into a room by yourself and just say out loud, this is my life. This is my body. You have no control over me. I command you leave. You say that 3 times. And because what you're doing at that point is you're laying down a boundary. And I believe in boundaries, both in personal living relationships as well as with spiritual ones. So you got to lay down those boundaries. Okay, so after saving a guy from a suicide attempt, well, okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. Gemma, you are correct. Do not show fear. Miss Chronic. And you know, the thing is, guys, is a lot of people, they show fear in this because they watch TV shows, they watch movies, they see things like Ghost Adventures, you know. And here's the thing, fear gets viewers, fear gets ratings. Right now, and I am not getting in a political conversation at all, but right now, because of COVID, all of the news channels, their ratings are skyrocketing through the roof because of fear. And so some people will concentrate on fear, and they will purposely stage things to be scary. I'm not about that life, you know, I'm just not. And Toxic is saying that he has experienced some very, very bad things. Well, Toxic, I am hoping that you have gotten rid of those. And Bree, you're exactly right. So there are 2 things that you are not going to see on this channel, and that is sex or fear. So, see, Dusty, I remember for Halloween, I went on a ghost walk with my family. My big sister heard in her ear, do you want to play with me? But no one was by or the house was haunted. Oh, wow. And if ever a spirit says, do you want to play with me? The answer is always no. See, that's what I did when I saw the bundle fly across the room. I was seeing a dark shadow in my back bedroom. See, and so after seeing the presence over and over, moving, I decided to take back my space. Excellent. Okay. Oh, sorry, Toxic. Okay, no, I got you. See, Bree, you're not going to get down there. Oh, Bree. Ms. Chronic, I did what you said, and I literally put my foot down and was announcing the spirit, told it wore its welcome out. Excellent. Salted the house. Okay. Have you ever had a spirit confirm heaven or hell? You know, it's so funny. I have had spirits come through and talk about heaven, and I have had them talk about hell. I debate if they use those terminologies because that's what we know, because I kind of think that maybe heaven or hell is a state of mind. It's a state of belief. If a person who, let's say, and I don't mean, guys, to get into a sensitive topic right now, so please forgive me ahead of time. But let's say we have someone who, let's say they've taken their own life, and they're not in the best state of mind when they do it. There's a Christian belief that anyone who commits suicide automatically goes to hell. And I have a problem with that, because if a person is suffering for whatever reason, suicide is something that has happened in my family. If they are suffering for whatever reason, or if the taking of their own life was by accident, I don't see how that person can be forcefully sent to a place like hell. Now, if their state of mind is the same once they have transferred over, then they could very well be in their own version of hell. Again, guys, I don't have any proof of this. We're really not going to know until we get there. I'm sorry, something just popped up on my screen here. I'm trying to get rid of it. Talking with that spirit. Emily has a medium friend and said there was a spirit upstairs, something. When I'm downstairs on my computer, I sometimes see a foot. I mostly mind my own business because I'm not huge. Let's see. Emotional hell has got to exist in spirit life as well as living. If a person has their personality in the afterlife, the hell can truly be unfinished business. And I, you know what, Miss Chronic, I would agree with that. If anybody has ever seen the movie What Dreams May Come, I think they have a perfect explanation of what heaven and hell is in that movie. Ghost walks here in my area are like that. See, world's full of burnt down. Oh, wow. Weird shapes and orbs show up. Okay. Suicidal problem recently. Toxic, if that is the case, I would highly suggest talking to someone about that. Okay. Heaven, hell is here on earth. Once we pass, the understanding transcends us. And Mike, you know what? That is a theory that I have heard as well. And I would like to believe that once we pass on, everything is understood. And like I said earlier, we have choices that we can make. And that all gets into laws of attraction and paradigms. Paradigms are what you are raised to believe. It's your pre-programming. And that's why some people can't seem to get out of a rut. But if you change your outlook, if you change your perception, you literally can change how you view the world and therefore change your life. So in essence, taking yourself out of a hell on earth into a heaven on earth situation. Toxic, I'm happy to hear that. Others is a theory that could exist. And Mike, I would agree with that. Love is everything in heaven and kind of hell, but heaven more because, see, I believe that you can design your own house or stay in a room. God has prepared you for this beautiful castle. Dusty, that was very well put. The elections, see, the Electronic Medium channel did a spirit box recently and asked if pets are in heaven. And I truly believe our family and our friends are living things. You know what, Miss Chronic, I actually did a session for pets as well. And to me, it was confirmed that, yes, all pets go to heaven, or at least to a good place. I had a Cocker Spaniel when I was growing up. Her name was Lady. And her nickname was Ladybug. And so I had asked in the session, if Lady was there. And you clearly hear a high-pitched voice come through and say, "Where's Ladybug?" And I just, that was it. I was done. Being our highest self, yeah, Mike, I would agree. See, I would love to hear somebody like Pope John Paul. Mother Teresa, Bob, that's a good one. That was like the basement you never want to go down in. Um, you know, Bob, there is Mother Teresa, and I think it's very fitting for this day and age. Mother Teresa said that if you ask me to go to an anti-war rally, I will never go. But if you ask me to go to a pro-peace rally, I will attend. And because she understood that the intention, the thought process behind something was more important than anything. And so we see all of these riots going on right now, and we see all of this looting, and it's easy to get caught up in that. But remember, for there's always a balance in this life and in this universe. So for every negative, there's always going to be a positive, and you get to choose what you focus on. Oh, Miss Chronic, thank you so much. Miss Chronic, if you send me your blog information, likewise, I can do a shout out for you as well, or vlog. This is kind of a joke session asking for my old dog, Rambo. Got someone saying, come here, Hambo. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Mother Teresa was phenomenal. Mother Teresa, Gandhi, MLK Jr. You know, we, in this world, Buddha, we have had some amazing, amazing people walk this earth. And we'll see, Gina. See, I think many of the viewers here would love Saving Ghost group on Facebook. Yeah, and Gina, I would agree. Yeah, you guys are more than welcome to come check out the group if you want. It is a closed group, and I do that for a reason. I have found out that with Facebook groups, there's a lot of hate speech, and there's a lot of riffraff, and that's not my desire. That is not something that I want. If people have questions, or if they want to question how I do things, or what have you, that's fine. But I have the group, a closed group. So if you are interested, just show us let us know that you're interested. And, Ladybug session. Oh, Miss Chronic. Son's birthday, his name appeared in the clouds. Okay. Luckily, I was able to take a picture because I love that, Amy. Love it. I once put a bowl of milk and cake out for my past dog in heaven for his birthday. And I went back to check on it. Oh, wow. Okay, the milk. Oh, Gemma. Okay, Miss Chronic. It'll either be me, Gina, or one of our other admins, Faith. Let's see, I'm in the group, and it's mostly spooky memes. And Bree, one thing that you might not see from the group is that because there is a chat, a private chat, I do get on my end, I get a lot of messages that come through. And so, guys, feel free to post any questions or messages live in the group. But does death change their view on life? I'm talking about Mother Teresa and so on. Bob, that is one of those questions that have been going around, God, since the dawn of time. There are two theories. There's one theory that once we cross over, we now understand everything and everything is neutralized. And then there's the other theory that whatever emotions or thought processes that we have when we pass, we carry on with us. I would like to believe that every thought, emotion, and action that, oh, excuse me, guys, I made a pizza tonight, like a homemade pizza, and I think some of the vinaigrette is like burning a hole in my chest right now, so I apologize about that. But I would like to think that all these emotions and all these experiences that we have are because these are things we can't necessarily experience in the spirit world. Again, I don't know. Um, it's one of those things that we're all going to know once we get there. See, Don, Don is not here. Okay. So Don, we will remember you are not here. Don is one of our Patreon members. Click to hear Ross right after. Bob Ross. Ghost Pizza haunting Phil. You are not joking, Bree. Had heartburn this morning. Morning, everyone. Hey, Don. Ghost Pizza. Let's see. Thanks, Mike. It did shock me. It made my heart better knowing he was here. Outlaw. Outlaw Warrior is also one of our Patreon members. And one of our YouTube members. See, have you ever gotten any experience with paladins or likewise blown away from the account that, let's see, Donna Summer, her channel, the medium who did Daybell readings. Let's see, remember. Straight to a cinema near you, Ghost Pizza. See, I have pages of deep questions for Spirit because every time I do a session, I can't think of them. Now I'm ready. Okay. Do you think the eye? Let's see, oof, and JJ Daybell. So sad. It's I tend to reserve what I say about certain practices because I know there are millions of people out there who believe certain things. And, a belief is something that it's a thought that we have continued on for a long time. And there are many people out there who they do not want their beliefs disrupted. And so I try to respect that. And so when it comes to mediums or anything like that, like I said, I generally try to hold what I say about anyone particularly. And usually if someone says, oh, hey, you have to go, watch this person or see this person, if they're a psychic or they're a medium, I will generally try to do research on them just to see what they're about. And likewise, I would expect the same done, to me. Mike, you have a great night, buddy. Thank you so much for popping in. And Heather Thomas. Heather Jersey is in the house and became an Archangel Michael member. Heather, you did not have to do that. Jersey in the house. So tonight, guys, well, here, let me get caught up. I'm sorry. Sometimes Sarah. It's mostly a form of Thomas. Let's see. Okay, I just want to tell all of you, I just found out I'm pregnant with twins. Okay. Girl and the boy. Raven is what I am going to call the girl, but I need help on the boy's name. Well, Melissa, for one, congratulations. I tip my hat to you for the adventure you are about to have for the next 18 years. What do I think about Destination Fear? I think anybody who tries to monopolize on fear in regards to spirit, I think it's kind of played out at this point, personally. But then again, I've not seen the show, so See, is it okay to use? No, name and Philip. See, there was a question here. I didn't get to see it. Something about Windows or something about apps. I didn't get a chance to see it. Um, Try Houdini. You know, I've had a couple people ask for Houdini. Let me see if I can get back to that comment real quick. It was something about spirit boxes and apps and what what do you think? Let's see. Um, See, is it okay to use a spirit box on an iPad app? Sure it is. Sure it is. Yeah, it's okay. Here's the thing, guys. As long as it's making noise of some sort, you can use water. In fact, there's um, Elia who joins in on our Patreon chats. We had discussed the possibility of using water, and so she had challenged me to do an ITC session just using water, and so I still have to do that. But I think anything that makes noise can be manipulated. Okay, so did we come up with a name? The smoke trick. Oh, happy. Speaking of that, I'm going to be doing something here, hopefully fairly soon, where it's going to be more than smoke. I'm actually going to be able to show everyone atomic particles, and hopefully they can be manipulated. So we'll see. So, guys, I didn't get to see. Did we come up with a boy's name yet? Sorry, guys. I'm waiting to see if maybe there's any responses. I was going to say Jet to go with Raven. Let's see, name him Romulus. I was going to name our okay. You know, if you really want to have a good laugh, now it would be at the expense of your son. Give him a girl's name, like a standard girl's name, like Sue. Have fun with it. Vincent, okay. Name him Vader. Nicknamed your cow. Wait, Don. Don has a cow. Did I know this, Don? Did I know that you had a cow? Toxic, you know the song. Good for you, man. Had. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Alrighty, guys. So, in a moment here, we're going to get started, okay? Um, Dylan. That's my son's name. Okay. And my cow's up north. My 18th birthday. Johnny Pass. Okay, yeah. Yes, sir. Pop Smoke. Guys, please. Are there any questions you would not ask the dead? You know, I can't think of what it'd be right off, but I wouldn't ask anything disrespectful. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't ask anything that's conspiracy theory. You know, I don't think I would ask that. You know, like there's a lot of people who believe that certain celebrities' suicides are murders, and they get into these deep conspiracy theories. And so I wouldn't entertain that, because I feel that is disrespectful to the spirit, unless they themselves want to set the record straight. But I would never purposely lead a spirit into a conversation like that. Outlaw. That was a one-time deal, sir. For those of you who saw the last tunnel video, you might have noticed that in the opening, you know, I did the, and hello, thank you for coming to Saving Ghosts, blah, 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 blah. And while you're at it, go ahead and spank that like, instead of saying go ahead and smash that like or pound that like. And the reason for that, that was a dare from Patreon members. And so I had to fulfill my promise. And so that's why that is there. And Outlaw Warrior is still cracking up on it. Yes, I try to be as respectful as I can to them. Now, guys, okay, so this session tonight for Pop Smoke, I'm going to be filming it as an episode for the channel, okay? So if anybody has any doubt as to what I do, after they've watched the edited version, they can go back to this live, and they can line them up, and they will see that all the responses are going to be the same. Nothing added, okay? Oh, Gemma. You know what, to say the alphabet backwards, I'd have to write it out first. Miss Chronic, I am so happy that you are here. Thank you. Do you create ITC tech? Yes, I do. I built this. This is Michael's Gate. I also have something called the Angel Box, which that one really blew up, actually, in a good way. I have something else called the Angel Phone. I have the Trinity Box, and I have EM pumps that I make. As a matter of fact, I'm working on a new EM pump now. So yeah, there are definitely things that I make. For this session, Phil, what app are you using with Michael's Gate? Okay, so guys, here's my my thought about tonight's session. There are actually a couple different things I want to do. I am thinking about using 3 specific devices for tonight. I'm thinking about using a scanning radio and 2 apps, the Afterlight Box and what's the other one? The Necrophonic. And so that's what I'm thinking about using. What is your opinion? How do you feel about me like giving equal time to each device? Don, I can light a candle. I think this still has some life left in it. I did make a spirit star. Free to make, free to debunk. Sounds cool. know him. Listening to old school music. Gemma, I know who you listen to. The app will be connected to Yeah, Michael's Gate. I want to be a fan of the scanning radio. It's just me. I think the equal measure might be good for Spirit to play around with super chat money. You got it, Bree. You know, I have never used the Spirit Star mittens. Toxic says he might pass out while watching. Where is my... Okay, so here we go. Monster mango drinks. Yeah, this is out of juice. Pop Smoke. He was just, yeah, he was just starting his career, and okay, now Don's directing. Okay. Okay, guys, so tell you what, let's get this started, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the other two cameras that are going to be filming this. I have one camera kind of close to the webcam right now that's getting me straight on, and then I have an infrared camera, a night vision camera, off to the side, okay? And if you guys have seen my videos, you know how I kind of throw them together. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm going to turn them on, and we'll get this going, all right? Okay. And in 3, 2, 1, mark. And of course, again, guys, the reason why I do that is so that the audio will be synced between both video sources. Any dead musicians come through and sing to you? No, I've not had them sing, but I have had them come through. Mama Cass. Okay, that's a good one. All right, guys. So I don't mean to be impolite, but bear with me. I'm going to start the session. Okay, so if I don't respond to your comments, your questions right away, it's only because I'm locked into the session. All right, guys? Clap with you, Phil. Thank you, Bree. Okay, guys, so here we go, okay? Now I am going to turn the K2 meter on, as I always do. You know, guys know that I love this. Again, I have no magnets on my fingers or anything like that. So I'm going to have this right here. Actually, I could probably stand to lower that camera just a little bit more, couldn't I? Let me do that. Hold on, guys. Okay, there we go. Dear Heavenly God, I thank you for this day which you have given. I thank you for this opportunity to be with friends and to be with loved ones. I ask that Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Azrael, Archangel Gabriel, please be here for this session. I ask Archangel Michael if you could please guard the doorway. Archangel Raphael, please help provide counsel where needed. And for Azrael and Gabriel to please help organize this session. I'm asking for those of love and light to come through, and I'm trying to reach out to the artist known as Pop Smoke. That is who I am trying to reach this evening. Sorry about that. The power cord to Michael's gate just touched the side of my leg, and I almost crapped myself. Okay, so if the K2 meter just went off, it's because I turned this on, guys. Okay. Again, I am trying to reach out to Pop Smoke. No. His real name is Bashar Jackson from New York, 20 years old, rap artist. Just at the start of his career, died in California in his home after being shot. Hello, hello. I'm trying to reach Mr. Bashar Jackson, aka Pop Smoke. Mr. Jackson, my name. I heard that. Thank you. Mr. Jackson, my name is Philip. I mean no harm. I come as a friend. I come with respect for you. For your. I heard that. Thank you. Mr. Jackson, I don't know if you want to be called Bashar or if you want to be called Pop Smoke. But I'm here to provide a way for you to speak. You're going to have multiple ways. Right now, I'm using a scanning radio. If you like, you can take your energy, you can manipulate that audio, and we can hear you. We also have this device right here. If you put your energy to it, it will light up. You are welcome to use either one. Please know that with the scanning radio, I'm probably not going to be able to hear a lot of what you say until later on. But you will be heard. Mr. Bashar Jackson. Hello? I heard that. Thank you. Mr. Jackson, you still have a lot of fans. You have a lot of people who love you. You have a lot of people who feel that you left way too early. Is there anything that you would like to say? Are there any messages that you would like to pass on? Please know that you don't have to if you don't want to. Mr. Jackson, were you aware that when you were posting pictures on social media, I heard that, thank you. Were you aware that when you were showing pictures on social media, that you showed your address? I just heard he's trying. So is Pop Smoke trying? Is he trying to come through and speak?
First job.
First job. Wait a minute. Wait, this isn't the first time he's tried to come through and speak, is he? Is it? Mr. Jackson, I have a few other ways that might be a little easier for you to communicate. Do you want to try those? Do you want to try those ways? Okay, so Pop Smoke, man, if you can just hang out with me for a little bit, okay? I'm going to turn this radio off, and I'm going to bring another way for you to speak, okay? Are you okay with that? Okay, I saw a second bleep. Okay, again, if you're going to use this device right here, if you're going to use this device right here, if the answers are yes, light up as many as you can, okay? So, are you okay with me switching over to a different device? I saw that. Thank you. Again, Pop Smoke, brother, just hang out with me for a little bit, okay? I'm going to switch over. I heard that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I think we have made communication, and I don't want to pass this up real quick. Right now, I'm switching over to the Afterlight box, which is an app. Move this forward just a little bit. Oh. Hey, Pop Smoke, are you still here? I saw that. Thank you so much. Oh, excellent. Thank you. If that truly is you here with me, I appreciate you. I thank you. I respect you. Okay. You have a story, man, that needs, I see that. Thank you. You have a story that needs to be told. And if I can help tell that story in any way, I would like to. Okay. I guess the big question I have right now is, are you okay? I see that. Thank you. Have you been able to cross over? Okay. Are you okay? Okay. Well, let me ask again. Okay. to Mr. Bashar Jackson, Pop Smoke, have you been able to cross over? If the answer is yes, please light up as many of those lights as you can. That way we know. Okay, so just like the scanning radio, this device is going to make noise. Okay, you are more than welcome to manipulate the sounds. You are a musician. You know how this works. You know how frequency and tone works. All you have to do is come in and manipulate this. And if you can try, if you can remember what your voice sounded like, if you can try to manipulate that too and come through using the voice that people who are living know you by, that would be fantastic, but you don't have to. Please know that you do not have to, okay? So here we go.
For you to
Okay. Mr. Bashar Jackson from New York, known professionally as Pop Smoke. If you are still here, if you want to try to manipulate these sounds to make words, he, I heard he, then you something in a whisper.
Right.
Pop Smoke from New York, lived in Los Angeles. Mr. Jackson, did you by chance, did you know the people who robbed you, or sound like a door just closed? Is that what I heard? What is that clicking sound that I'm hearing? You have a lot of... If I feed you a frequency, a tone, will that help you out? Encounter? Okay, here we go. I'm going to feed you a frequency, okay?
Just maintain.
Or at least I...
The horse killed.
Wait, killed? Wait, the voice that just came through and said killed.
Right out.
Are you acknowledging Mr. Jackson's...
It's 15.
Wait, I heard 15, then I heard leave something. My understanding is that there were 5 people involved. 3 adults and 3 adults and 2 minors. Okay, I see that. I see that lighting up. Thank you.
Oh, that's good.
I heard good. Okay, who was that? It sounded like someone took a breath or was trying to speak. Who was that? Okay, I'm feeding you a tone right now, okay? Cry. Cry.
Who? struggle that has.
It's roughly.
Okay, there was a whole
Relax.
relax. Who are you telling to relax?
The women looked pretty.
Ours. Persecuted.
Persecuted. Persecuted. Yes, my understanding was that they were found guilty and charged.
Wait.
Mr. Jackson, if I may ask, if it's okay if I ask, there was a theory that perhaps this was gang related. Okay, I see the K2 meter going off. I'd like to ask again, was this perhaps gang related? Mr. Jackson, once again, please know that
Organized it.
you have love and support from people here.
Coming up.
Coming up. Who is coming up?
For you. Dwelling.
It's like you said crawling up, but I couldn't be sure about that. I heard that whisper, something about feet, I think.
Story. It's a.
Who's the lady who keeps coming through?
To be mystery.
Wait, to be.
Right?
Were you guys having a conversation amongst yourselves? I'm trying to reach Mr. Bashar Jackson.
Live.
Did you just say live? Are you guys aware right now that I'm doing this live in front of people? Something the spirit.
Live.
I just heard someone inhale. Was someone getting ready to speak? Guys, please know I welcome those of love and light. I welcome those of higher vibration. Child. And I would specifically like a pathway created together for Mr. Bashar Jackson. Pop Smoke. You are more than welcome to approach. You are more than welcome to use these devices. Mr. Jackson, if I may ask, how is there any way you could share what you're transitioning what your transition was like from being in your body?
I knew it.
That was a phrase.
Other. Reversed. So, yeah. The motive.
Something I think you said motive. Did you say motive?
Forget.
Forget. Okay. So, okay. I take that as you forget what it's like to transition.
Relay.
Mr. Jackson, are you now part,
Better view.
so like you said, better view. Are you now part of a larger consciousness? Are you part of a collective consciousness?
Not.
Sound like you just said, I'm out. Mr. Jackson, I guess our biggest question is, how are you right now? Are you okay? You have lots of
Sorority. Closer.
Miss, who are you?
To
To the young lady who
Feel the chair.
the chair? Miss, can you tell me your name, please?
Applicant.
Mr. Jackson, is there anything that you would like to say?
we have
Is there anything that you would like to say before we go?
nothing.
Is there anything you would like to say? Who was that? Who was that voice? Who was that male that just came through? I've never heard that voice. What is your name, please?
Mix me up. The spirit.
Who was
Is not.
who was that gentleman who came through and spoke?
Not near.
Okay, guys, I'm about to go, okay? And this time when I close the session, I will be closing the session, okay?
Out success.
Mr. Jackson, Pops,
Was in time.
we have people who are watching. We have more people who will be watching this later on. I will be quiet for a moment. Please feel free to step in. I allow you. Please use this device to speak any messages that you may wish to give.
Mind and walk track.
Okay, guys. I want to thank you so much for your time. For those of you who came through, for those of you who came through and spoke, I appreciate you. To Pop Smoke, if you came through,
Continue.
who is that younger voice who came through?
Justice.
Justice. Okay. What do you mean by justice?
To have Robertson.
Are you saying that justice is a spirit? Did you just whisper your line?
Police.
Who's lying?
Of individual.
Again, guys, I welcome those of love and light, okay?
Is G Project.
Okay, guys,
Messenger.
I'm gonna go, okay?
Notice.
I ask that any souls or spirits and Pop Smoke, if depending where you are at, I mean, it's,
Yes.
I just heard yes, thank you. It's whatever you feel is best for you. But for any spiritual souls who are looking for forgiveness or who are looking for the light, please ask for Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. They can help you with this, okay? It's okay to ask for the light. For those of you who are not ready for the light, for those of you who are not ready to move on, who are not ready to change your consciousness or your vibration, I ask that you please return back to the gateways and doorways that you came, okay? And I do request that with much love and light for you. And to the archangels, I ask, please make sure those gateways and those doorways are closed. And for any spirits, again, who are looking for love and who are looking for the light, please ask for Archangel
10 yards.
10 yards. Please ask for Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, as they can help you. Okay.
There's a gate.
I just heard you say gate. Something about a gate. God.
Self.
There's that voice again. Are you saying that God is a part of this conversation? Are you saying that God is a part of this conversation? I don't know this voice. This is a new voice. I don't know that voice. Sir, what is your name? Please. Okay, guys. I'm asking, please do not attach to me. Please do not stay in this room. Please do not follow me. Please do not enter into me, okay? I'm asking, please go with Archangel Michael, Raphael, Azrael, Gabriel. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. I wish all of you love and happiness and respect and peace, okay, guys? But I am going to say goodbye for now, and I'm going to close this out, okay? Can I please get a confirmation that you understand? Okay, guys, thank you so much. Bye. Was that me or is there somebody still here? Okay. Yeah, guys, there was some new stuff that happened this go around. Let me, sorry guys, let me shut these cameras off real quick. Give me 1 second. There, yeah, that lady comes through. There's a lady and a man who come through all the time. And I think they have something to do with the session as far as presiding over it or guarding over it. I did not hear a dog bark, but it's going to be interesting to go back and listen to this. He was 20 years old. He was hanging out with a friend, and yeah, that night, those 5 people broke into his house, and it was supposed to be a robbery, but they shot him, and he died on his way to the hospital. Yeah, there was definitely a whisper that came through. There was another voice, a male voice I have never heard before come through, and I'm curious to see what all of that was about. Hey, Bethany, how are you? Abigail, the lady's name was so clear. Okay. I think I would like to think that he came through. It seems to be that whenever I'm asking for someone specific, they will come through a little bit, kind of give a quick update, and then it's just kind of a free reign for whoever else wants to speak. I thought I heard court involved, something like that. Okay. Heard the male voice. Same. I thought I heard her say, it's your mother, lady's voice. I was walking away from my sure. I feel drained. Like halfway through the session, I got way tired. And now that we're done, I feel exhausted. Guys, if that's the case, if you're feeling exhausted after these sessions, drink some water. If you have any sage, try to do a little saging on yourself, okay? In fact, since we're here, just a little bit on me. Okay. So, guys, what is going to happen now is I'm trying to do all talking for him. Okay, so you did hear his voice come through. Did you make out what he said? Well, and it's so funny, Miss Chronic, because in my opinion, in my view, this is real ITC. Uh, it's almost like owning a convenience store. The moment you unlock the doors and you're open for business, everybody can come through. And so I know there are people out there who say that they can get specifically who they want in their voice from a science level, from a physical level. I really find that hard to believe. Um, I'm not saying that you can't reach those people, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to be like this. Um, Bethany is asking, what are the benefits of burning sage? It has been proven that it actually can clean the particles in the air. And I don't mean just from a spiritual point of view, but literally, it can. If there's dirt and toxins in the air, that the smoke can actually neutralize that and clean the air. I heard his voice too, but wasn't able to say much. Okay. Yeah, the ions, the other spirits. It's in the middle talking while he was trying to talk. Yeah, it's once that it seems to me that once they know there is a doorway that's open, excuse me, again, ghost pizza, then they all want the chance to come through and speak, because I think there are so many great things that happen when you are in a body, that you get to experience things that you probably wouldn't experience in the spirit world. And I think there are some who still want to have contact with that, so they try to come through and speak. So, yeah, yeah, it does. It cleans, and again, guys, this is an opinion. You can look this up. You can, um, in fact, I think Scientific America did a study on it about how the smoke from sage will actually cleanse the air. Oh my God, Triple X, hey, you have a great night. Get some sleep, okay? Thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate that. All right, guys. So, someone say Michael, that felt very familiar to me. I heard the Michael too. Very emotional, but not anymore. I just remember all the different voices we got. Oh, dude, Andrew, we got so much. What really blew me away, though, was that figure that we got sitting on the chair, combing their hair. So, guys, what's going to happen right now is I am going to put this footage in the computer, and I'm going to start going through it. I'm going to start editing it, and I'm going to start listening to the voices that came through, and I'll note them as I hear them. Right, Andrew? That was just completely crazy. And so, guys, I know you hear me talking to a guy named Andrew. That is Happy Official. Um, you can actually see him in the full episode called Grandpa's House. If you go into the videos, if you go under full investigations, you'll see one that says Grandpa's House, and that is Happy Official. That is Andrew, who's in that with me. Yeah, Miss Chronic, I have. I've captured a few black zips go across. I've captured my fair share of orbs, and I know that orbs can be debatable, but here's the thing: orbs will move in an intelligent manner compared to dust particles or bugs. Dust will flurry out like snow, or fall straight up or fall straight down. Bugs, you can usually make them out because of their wings. But I have had in some sessions, in some investigations, because I had a team in Las Vegas. And there are some investigations that we did where you can see orbs come down, make a turn, and go down a hallway. So I have had things like that happen. Yeah, definitely drink some water. Um, Shiznick. Oh, Andrew, I know. Andrew, when I was setting up, and doing some stuff. And Andrew was on the bottom floor of the house watching some of the monitors, and he said that he could see a stick figure following me up the staircase, but we weren't recording at that time, so we didn't get it. But we did get that stick figure sitting in a chair, and it looked like they were combing their hair. In Europe, okay, above people's heads, and okay, yeah. I believe that orbs can exist and do exist, and I also believe that a lot of people confuse a lot of things for orbs, so we really have to be able to study and know what we're looking at. Gemma, thank you so much. Melissa, I have not seen a ghost in a graveyard, as a matter of fact, that I can remember anyways. We're filming a funny video at night, and tons like 12. Oh, wow, we're everywhere. Okay. Where was he? He shot. He was actually shot in the chest. See, the lower right side of my head and neck, shoulder area. Miss Chronic, not a problem. Thank you. Thank you for popping in. I think that Tupac and Biggie were shot in those areas, though. I think his family, I think his mother is still alive. Hey, Dusty, thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate that. Thank you. You have a great night. And speaking of great nights, guys, Andrew, do you really? No, you don't. Who do I plan to do next? I don't know. I have a couple of people in mind that I'd like to do, but I do have a location that I'm going to be going to here pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that. Got shot twice in the chest, once in the arm, once in the thigh. Same with Biggie. Okay. Thanks, Gemma. Oh, the Ghost of Miss Muir. Oh my God. That, yes. That was forever ago, though. Yeah, Andrew, we got some good stuff. The one that I liked the most really was just that knock that we got when we were coming out of the bedroom. That was phenomenal. I loved that because we asked for it to knock, then we got a knock. Oh, you know what, Bree? That is a great idea. That is a fantastic idea, actually. Love all that you captured out of your own videos. Hey, Gina, you have a great night. Thank you so much for popping in. Some old content. Okay. I don't know. There's been a couple of things that have happened that I've liked. Again, the knock that we got on Andrew's bedroom door when we were standing right there. That was fantastic. There is, I believe it was our second episode as a team when we went to Pahrump, where we were in the living room and I felt the need to go down a hallway in the house. But when we played it back, there were two orbs that had come down and turned down that hallway. So that was actually pretty intense. That was a fun one. You know what? I would have to say if I had an absolute favorite out of all of the videos, it was when Robin Williams came through and crashed the session. That was phenomenal. The Mob Museum was a good one. Yeah. Hey, Mittens, if you want, you can contact me either on the Saving Ghost Facebook page or through savingghost@gmail. If you want, we could, about your star, let's, we can play around with it. Oh. Really? Okay, well, thank you, Miss Chronic. That blew me away, guys. I didn't know it at the time of the session, um, but he came through, and I remember I was going through the editing and I was listening, and I heard this voice come through, and it said, "How's it going, Chief? I like girls." And I thought, wait a minute, who does that sound like? And I absolutely love Robin Williams, not just as a performer, but as a human being, just a sweetheart of a man. And when I played it back, I thought, oh my God, that's Robin Williams. Um, in fact, I was even thinking just yesterday about trying to reach out to him again, just because he's just such a hell of a guy. I had been asked on a few occasions to reach out to Chadwick Boseman. Um, I was a little nervous at first about doing that because there's so much racial tension right now in the U.S. and I didn't want to seem like I was feeding into that. But if you are requesting that I reach out to him, I mean, the man is phenomenal. I would absolutely love to do that if you want. The fact that he hid his cancer diagnosis for 4 years, because cancer is painful. And the fact that he was able to do all that he did under that pain, oh my God, much respect to the guy. Yeah, Melissa, I think that spirits know whether or not we love them. Again, emotion is uh, is a frequency. It can be measured, and and I think they can tap into that. And I also think they can give it back too. Hey, Spooky, what's going on? I'm so happy to see that you were able to pop in. We actually just finished the session, trying to figure out who we want to do next time. So, guys, I mean, seriously, if you want me to try to reach out to Chadwick on the next one, we can set that up for next week. Spooky. Princess Diana. Yeah, I have considered her as well. Mittens, I'm starting to do uh, well, now I'm starting to do the lives once a week. Before they were just once a month, but then I decided that I wanted to do a live session for every video that I do, and I usually try to do one video a week. So now it looks like the lives are going to be every week. Oh, George Burns. Absolutely love that man. He lived to be 100 years old, and he had a cigar and wine every single day. Liz Dexia, Spooky, you're funny. Walt and Roy Disney. That's good. That's very good, Andrew. You need a cigar to do a session. I would die from choking if I tried to puff on a cigar. No, Bree, I've not gone back to the tunnel yet, but I have full intentions on keeping my promise to try to clean up as much as I can out there. Um, but as soon as I do go back out there, I will post a video on that as well. Alrighty, guys. We'll tell you what. And Coke bottle glasses. Yeah, guys, you have been more. I've gotten Arabic through my PSP7. I've picked up some Latin before on some of these apps. So, guys, you have been more than kind to share 2 hours of your life with me. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call it a good night for right now. Guys, sincerely, thank you so much for sharing this night with me. I am going to, like I said, pop the video in and start going through all the footage. And in about 2 or 3 days, you'll see the new video pop up. All righty, guys? All righty, guys. Again, I want to thank you so much. Everybody, have an absolutely fantastic night, and we'll probably do this again next Wednesday, right around 8 o'clock Eastern time. All right, guys? All right, guys. Thank you so much.